Hello, so we'd like to look at some probability and statistics questions from Algebra 2 and Trigonometry. So the first question, how many different five members teams can be made from a group of 8 students if each students have equal chance of being chosen? So in this case, what we are looking at is out of 8 students, how many ways can we choose 5? Now, since the order doesn't matter, this is basically what we can do. Now, using our calculator, we can put this one into the calculator and figure out the value. No. Alright, so let's look at it here. So I'm going to clear this one. First I'm going to type in 8 math right over there. Number 3 you can see, and then we have 5. So 8C5, that's what we're looking at. Then the answer becomes 56. So our answer would be 56. Alright, let's look into this one. Which expression is equal to this? In fact, you will realize that NCR is always equal to NC n minus R. In other words, when you add up this, these two values add up to the same as n, original value n, we know that they are equal to each other. Since I have 2, what do I need so that I can make 9? It would be 7. So I know that 9C7 will be equal to 9C2. Alright, let's move on. How many different 3-member team can be selected from a group of 7 students? Here we end up getting 7, C, 3. Out of 7 we are selecting 3 at a time. So if you have to do that, so here's 7 math, number 3, 3. Then the answer becomes 35. Therefore, choice 2 becomes our answer. Number 4. A committee of 5 members is to be randomly selected from a group of 9 freshmen, 7 sophomores. Okay, so we have 9 freshmen and 7 sophomores. Which expression represents the number of different committees? 3 freshmen, so 3 out of 9. So we have 9C3 and 2 sophomores. So that means what? Out of 7 we are selecting 2, so we have to multiply those 2, then we end up getting choice 2 becomes our answer. Alright, so they are assembling a committee, 8 students from 15 members. So now then this basically means out of 15 we are selecting 8. Order doesn't matter, so that becomes our answer. So here it goes, we have 15 math, 3 and 8, then 6, 4, 3, 5. That becomes our answer. Choice 2. Alright, let's look at number 6. Alan, Becky, Jesus, and Maria are 4 students in the chess club. Okay, if 2 of these students will be selected. Now, so we are selecting 2 people here. 2 out of, we are looking at 4. So it's going to be 4C2. If you have to put this into calculator, you'll realize that 6 will be your answer. Number 7. Erica cannot remember the correct. So we have 1, 2, 5, 9. What is the probability the first 3 digits of the Erica's will be added to an odd number? Now, how can it be first 3-digit number add up to odd numbers? That means 2 has to be always at the end, because if you plug in 2 in the middle of one of the first 3 numbers, then the other 2 numbers becomes odd, and odd plus odd becomes even. So essentially what we end up getting is what is the probability that 2 will be at the end. Simply 2 is 1 out of 4 numbers, so therefore our answer becomes 1/4. Next question. We have 5 members to be randomly selected from 9 teachers and 20 students. 2 members must be teachers and 3, so 2 from teachers, so we have 9C2, and 3 people from students, so 20C3. So how are we going to calculate this? Put this into calculator here, clear. So first I'm going to put the parentheses 9 NCR2, close parentheses, and next 20 Alright, then we end up getting like this, 41040. That becomes our answer. Next, we have 21 students and must send 5 students to meet with the principal. So we are looking at, out of 21, we are selecting 5. So 21 C5 becomes our answer. So if you have to put this into calculator once again, then 21 math number 3 and then 5. So therefore our answer here becomes 20349. That becomes our final answer. Number 10. The probability of rain is 0.2. Will rain on exactly 5 days out of 7 days. So out of 5, so we're looking at out of 7 days, we are selecting 5 days. 5 days, it will rain on 5 days. That means we are looking at 0.2. Probability of rain has to be accompanied by the number of rainy days. Then 0.8 has to be accompanied by the rest. So this becomes our answer, which is choice D, it seems. Alright, the next question. The probability for Islanders will beat Rangers becomes 2/5. That really exactly 4 out of 7 games in the series. 4 out of 7, that means out of 7 we are selecting 4 for them to win, which is 2/5. So this one has to carry this exponent. Then how about the rest? They have to lose, so therefore 3/5 is the probability of losing, and then the leftover exponent, which is 3. So that becomes our answer. So it is choice, it seems to be choice C. Right, after studying a couple's family history, so with the disease X is 1 out of 4, have 3 children, exactly 2 will have these. So basically out of 3, we're selecting 2, and then the probability of having that disease is 1/4, but has to have 2 times. That means the other time it has to happen 1 time. So if you have to put this one into the calculator, now we can put this one into 3. So we have 3 math number 3, 3C2 times 1/4. It's the second power, and 3/4. And then calculate. And that's the value that we end up getting. But interestingly, what we can do is this. We can use something called binom PDF. That gives us the similar concept here. So here we end up getting probability of the order that which you have to plug in. I think I think it is out of 3, comma, probability of winning is 1/4. We want that to happen 2 times. Then we end up getting the same answer. So that's another way of doing it. All right. 0.140625. All right, let's move on to the next question. Dave does not tell the truth 3/4 of the time. That means at most twice out of the next 5 times. That means we're at most twice. That means 2 times or 1 times or 0 times. So we need to combine those two. That can be calculated by binom CDF. So here we have distribution, go up. Binom CDF, what it does is that it add up all the probability up to that number that which we are looking at. So here we have out of 5 times, so 5, comma. he will tell the truth. Tell the truth will be opposite of not telling the truth. Tell the truth is 1/4. And then at most is 2. So therefore that becomes our answer. 0.896. East-West Airlines has a good reputation for being on time. Now, so the probability that one of its flights will be on time is 0.91, and then next 5 flights was probably at least 3 of them will be. That means we are looking at 3, 4, 5. So R equals 3, 4, 5. Now, out of 5 times. This basically means 1 minus probability of having success 0 times, 1 time, 2 times. Basically, that's what we're looking at. So how can we calculate this one? This is simply 1 minus binom. We'll be needing help on the binom. CDF. Here, cumulative. So we have out of 5 times. The probability is 0.91. And up to 2 times. So 2. Then that's the answer that we end up getting, which is equal to 0.9937. That becomes our answer. Now let's look at number 15. Probably the entire Watson family eats dinner together is 2/5. At least 6 times. At least 6 times. That means 6 or 7 times out of 7 days. This basically means from 1 of the probability minus probability of R being the number of success equals from 1 through all the way up to 5. Then how are we going to calculate this? So we're going to put this one into calculator. 1 minus second distribution binom CDF. Here we are looking at out of 7. Probability of success was 2/5. All the way up to 5 times. Then we are looking at 6 times and 7 times. This probability would be something like this. 0.0188. Alright, let's move on to the next question. What is the 4th term? So here, the first term is 2x to the 5th power. That means when x is equal to 5, let's call that as a first term. Then 4th term is when exponent of x becomes 2. That means we get to realize that 2x to the square is the first one, and the next one is negative y to the to make the exponent of 5, then we get to have 3. Now the coefficient simply becomes out of 5 we are picking 2, so 5c2. Then once we calculate this one, it becomes 5c2 becomes 10, and then this becomes 40, but with the negative, so we get negative 40, and x to the square and y to the 3rd power. That's what we end up getting. Let's look at the next question. On the bookshelf, there are 5 different mystery books and 6 different biography. And then how many different sets of the 4 books can Emilio choose if 2 of the books must be mystery and 2 of the books must be biography? Now, that means 2 out of 5 mystery books. So 5c2 times 6, so 6c2. That becomes our answer. 5c2 is equal to 10, 6c2 is equal to 15, so therefore our answer becomes 150. Alright, let's look at number 18. We have the target. The bigger one has a radius of 9, the small one has a radius of 3. What is the probability that at least 4 is the bullseye? So we are looking at probability of 4 or 5. Once again, this becomes 1 minus probability of 0, 1, 2, 3. Then how do we calculate this one? Once again, going back to the calculator. We're going to just copy this one, so why don't I just retrieve it? And then the answers are basically 5, and then probability of that event actually happening. Is right here. Area of the smaller one becomes pi r squared, so we get 9 pi. The area of the bigger one would have been obviously 81 pi. That means the ratio gets you 1 over 9. That is the probability of success. So 1 over 9, and we are looking at up to 3, it has to be subtracted. So that becomes our answer. That means we have to move the decimal 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0.00069. That becomes our answer. So here, let's look at it once again. What is the theoretical probability that the dot does not land on the shaded region? So here, that means outside of the area, so that means we get 900, which is the 30 square, minus 100. That becomes the area on the outside, which is equal to 800. But since we are looking at the probability, it has to be out of the entire thing, which is 900. So our answer is 8 over 9. That becomes our answer. Alright, we'll stop here for now, and then we'll continue to part 2. Alright, see you later. Bye.